Okay, so let's go a little further with our look at FM synthesis. What I'm going to do here is going to be taking what we've already got, but now we're going to add a little bit of wave folding into our equation. Before I do anything further, though, I'm going to add a couple of ATT RUIs to my spectroscope, and there's a reason for that. Duplicate and add. And that reason is actually quite simple. Let's take stuff down. Which is that right now, everything is in spectrogram mode, but I want to change the display mode to sonogram, and I want to change the sonogram color to color. And this is going to be really, really evident in a little bit as to why I'm doing this. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the scope and bring that over here, go to the inspector for the scope, and I'm going to just click on automatic mode on this. This is going to help us to see what happens when we start doing the wavefolding. I'll delete that. I'm going to move that up there. Okay, so I'm going to insert a wavefolding object between cycle and the amplitude envelope. And that is a really, really simple object called Pong. And Pong takes a couple of arguments. It takes a folding mode, which is either 0, 1, or 2. It takes a low value and a high value, which range from -1 to +1 floats. So I'm just going to do -0.25 and +0.25. And then I'm going to take the output of Pong, and you can see it's going a little crazy right now, so we'll take that after the amplitude envelope, and you'll see what that does. So here is just the basic wave folding with just a little bit of folding on either the low and the high. Okay, that's kind of cool, but let's make that a little bit more controllable. So I'm going to create live.dial, and I'm just going to go into here and edit that so that it's a float, and we're going to give it a range of -1 point to 1 point, and a center value of 0, and then you can see, hey, I go all the way to -1 to 1. But let's change my output type. It's on unit style int. Let's make that a float. That's much better. All right, we're going to need 2 of those because one is going to go to the low value and the other is going to correspond to the high value. So let's take a look at that. And then the other thing we need is to be able to control the mode for Pong. So let's first take a listen to that. Here's a little bit of wave shaping. Okay, that's really cool. And you can see that I've got some interesting harmonic stuff going on inside of a spectroscope when I change those, and I'm shaping and altering the harmonic content of the FM synths. Now, in terms of the actual modes, there are 3 modes, as I said before, and I'm just going to pull this up directly and steal the U menu from the help patch because I don't really feel like typing that today. So the U menu gives me 3 modes, and it's just mode 0, 1, or 2. So mode 0 is wavefolding, which sounds like this. And it sounds like this if I turned it on. Then mode 1 is warp mode. A little bit more angular, more distorted, a little harsher. Then finally, mode 2 is clip. And clip can vary very much depending on what you have for your values. So let's set that really close to each other. And you can see that as the values approach each other, they start to get really aggressive and kind of harsh. But it's a really interesting way to add some harmonics to your FM synth patch, to play around with them, to create something closer to a complex oscillator that you would find from Make Noise or Verbose or one of those other manufacturers. Personally, I prefer to leave it on fold mode. That's just me. Your mileage may vary.